Hello, and this is Extreme Machine with another video of Manchester United diary of the season. Yes, it's been November, December, January, February, March. It's been 5 months since my last video. Well, not last video, but my last Man United diary of the season. And it's probably been about 2-3 months since my last video. I only done one in between that time period, and that was the zombie glitch. I'm doing a video right now, basically because of the game tomorrow. It's a special game. I could have done this video 3 weeks ago, but I felt like this is the right time because it's the second leg, and you know one of the teams will be going out tomorrow. So I thought I'd rather do it now than 3 weeks ago. First of all, to start with our Champions League hopes of going through tomorrow. Personally, I find it is 50-50. I don't think there's any favourites, because if you look at the factors, on paper, individually, they got better players, right? They got better player in midfield, they got better wingers, they got a better all-round team than us, there's no doubt about it. We haven't got a Ronaldo, we haven't got a Xabi Alonso, we don't have a Di Maria, we didn't have a Sergio Ramos, you know, we don't have an Ozil, I don't know. Obviously, I think Benzema and Higuain are fantastic players, but I think Rooney and Van Persie have contributed more for us than they have for them this season. So I think our up front is better, but their midfield and wingers are much better than ours. They're not much better, but better. Yeah, better quality. And I think that's where they are more likely to hurt us than us hurt them. Is that ball? Because I remember in the first leg, Xabi Alonso just passing things around like anything. You know, there was no stopping him. Our focus was on Ronaldo and Di Maria, and they were the threats in that game too. I think defensively, Vidic, I don't think he's going to play tomorrow. I really don't. He didn't play in the Bernabeu. I don't think he'll be playing tomorrow either. You can't play too many games in a row now. You can play one of it and then you rest for the next game and then play the week after. Apparently, he said at Sky Sports he's not going to be fully 100% fit for another 2-3 months. So I never expect him to have a full season playing every game because of how bad. You know, he did have an injury last year. He came back this year, but he had an operation this year as well. So he was never going to have a full year where he'd be playing every game. So to play as many as he has after last year, I think it's quite good. He hasn't done bad. Second half of the season, our defence has done brilliant. I think we've only conceded 3 in the league, 4 clean sheets in a row. So I think Vidic is getting back into it. And every clean sheet you have, the more confidence, and every game he has, the more chance of him getting back to what he was. But tomorrow, I think personally, be more or less the same team that played at the Bernabeu, apart from, which I'm very upset, but gutted about. I found out today that Phil Jones won't be playing, and I'm very disappointed. Every Man United fan should be very disappointed about that. He was one of our best players, no doubt about it. He's a fantastic future prospect for Manchester United and England. Yeah, he's just, I don't know whether he's going to be a centre back. To be honest with you, I think CDM might well suit him because not only can he defend, but he can run. He can run back and forth. He's got a lot of stamina. He's very powerful going forward. He can man mark, or he man marked Fellaini, he man marked Bale, he man marked Ronaldo, and he was successful more or less in all 3 games. Brilliant. What let him down, basically, is his injury prone. And the reason he's injury prone is because of his tackling. I think Ferguson said that at the Reading game, which he got injured in. This is why he's out for tomorrow. Is that he loves tackling too much. I mean, you love a someone that goes in for them. You want that kind of player to not be afraid, not to be fazed by these big players. No matter how old you are, you go in for it. No matter who you play for your team. And Phil Jones does that. He does it too much. He endangers himself too much because he goes in all the time, and eventually you have one tackle which just hurt yourself, and that's why he's been injured recently, really, because of that. Apparently Brian Robson used to do it, and he was injured for us as well back in the 80s and early 90s. So. But as long as he gets more mature the next season or two and start to learn to sometimes let a tackle leave another 30 seconds to tackle him. Don't tackle him from the side over time. Let him come towards you a bit and then go for it, because you're more or less likely to injure yourself doing it. But I love Phil Jones. I think at first he was a bit wobbly, but this year bar the injuries, he's been quite good, and I think he's going to be a brilliant player. I think we made a player like him, you know. But that's a disappointment, so I don't know who's going to play instead. Ryan Giggs, legend as he is, might play his 1,000th game tomorrow. No, I think it's a bigger occasion than Norwich, of course, and I think that's why. I don't know whether he's going to start or be on the bench. I think he'd be on the bench, but I wouldn't be surprised if he start though. But then again, I don't think he will. But I don't know who's going to fulfill Phil Jones' role there. Anderson? You know, I don't think Cleverly will play start anyway. I don't think so. It's too big. I don't think he will. The thing is, you need to set yourself up right. So you expect Rooney or Welbeck to be in the wing. You know, you're going to have a defensive role and have Van Persie if Bakagwa, I think. I'm along going 5 minutes. So I don't know who's going to play. I think it's going to be the similar setup as been about, because no matter, even though we're home, we still got to defend like mad. They're going to have more the ball than us, no doubt about that. But we got to take the game to them as well, because we could theoretically defend over 90 minutes and get 0-0 and win on the way goals, but we can't do that. We're not at home. And there's always the danger of Real Madrid getting that one lucky goal, and then when we defend so much, they might just get a break and score, and then we're going to have to change the whole game. So we've got to set out like we're going to defend and attack from the start. Really, we can't keep changing. Can't make changes during the second half if we let them go. So, but I think it's going to be a similar setup to Benabel. But maybe we only play a bit more forward, you know, but get back as well. It's going to. For me, it's a 50-50 match. It can go either way. As I said, they've got a better team on paper, but it'll be Manchester United. You know, we can on our day beat them. We can beat the big team on our day. I think on form, you know, both teams on form. You know, they beat Barcelona twice in a week. We've gone 16 games unbeaten, I think. No, we've been brilliant in all competitions since November. Since we lost in Norwich, we've been brilliant. You know, we've drawn 2 since then. Other than that, we won all games. And we're in a fantastic position in the league. I don't know whether you think we've won it. Personally, I say don't count our chickens. I personally don't want to say we won it yet. I want to just keep going game by game and hopefully beat the West Hams and the Sunderlands now and Readings. Then we got the big game against City. If we win all those 4, I think we won it. But we need to win those 4 first. But the league looks good at the moment. FA Cup we've got a big game on Sunday against Chelsea. I think that's important because we could theoretically be knocked out of 2 out of 3 competitions this week. We've got Real Madrid tomorrow and Chelsea Sunday, so 2 massive games. But I obviously prefer to stay in the Champions League and the FA Cup if you have to sacrifice. But I like to beat Chelsea. I want to get to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. You know, people are talking about the treble. I don't know whether we're going to win the treble. I personally don't think so. But I'd love to beat Real Madrid tomorrow. You know, I just want to say we're beating Real Madrid. People have criticised our team this year and apparently on one of the weakest squads in Ferguson's tenure, and I disagree. I think it's a really good squad. I think the addition of Van Persie strengthened us up front. I think some players like Evans and Jones have matured even more. I think Evans is getting better. I think Raphael's getting fantastic player, fantastic right back. I think De Gea is having a good second half of the season. I think since Boxing Day, our City game against Newcastle, we went 1-4-3. That was a poor day for our defence and goalkeeper. But since then, I think De Gea's had a fantastic season, and I think his performance against Real Madrid was absolutely amazing. To be honest with you, I expected him. I expect him to do better against Real Madrid than against bloody Norwich and Stokes, because the fact of the way they play the game, there's no crossing, it's all shot stopping. It's like Casillas. If you cross the ball in against Casillas tomorrow, Diego Lopez, we're more or less going to score. Because he couldn't deal with it either. So we need to do that. I think we need to have to cross the ball in tomorrow. That's why we scored off a corner, didn't we? Diego Lopez was in no man's land. Van Moss made a mistake and Welbeck was on there. So we need to cross the ball in tomorrow, I think, to get some a lot of chances in. But they won't do the same to us. They don't change their plan. So how long as the hay is to top form, I think he'll have a good game. But it's 50-50. You know, personally, I think it's going to be 2-1 tomorrow United. I think we're going to win 2-1. You know, it's going to be a tough game. Hopefully we score first. I think that's important. We score first, you know, just to have a slight advantage over them. And then I think they'll equalise. I won't be surprised if it's Ronaldo. I don't know if he's going to score tomorrow. No, it'd be typical if he did, but I just have a feeling that he won't. It'd be someone else like Özil, Di Maria, or Benzema or someone. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was Ronaldo, but I don't think he will. I think he'll equalise. I think we'll win it then late on. Van Persie or someone to score a late winner. Which I don't want it to go crunch time or anything like that. God no, we'll lose no doubt. They'll hold out a lot longer than us, and they got better legs probably. So if we want to win in 90 minutes, we want to score first, and then after that, then it's hopefully. I think they'll equalise, and I think we'll win it late on then, and that'd be good to do against Mourinho, wouldn't it? At home. Yeah, I think that's a factor. I think we at home we have beaten Barcelona here. We have beaten Bayern Munich here a couple of years ago. We lost to Bayern Munich over 2 legs, but we beat them at home. No, so because the first leg's gone so well at Bernabeu, I think that's why we got a bit of an upper hand. There's no such thing as in the driving seat against something like Real Madrid. If it was something like Porto or Malaga or someone, I'd say fantastic. We may as well go through. I must say, but it's Real Madrid. 1-1 at home, away. It's okay result. It's a good, brilliant result, but we're not favourites, if you know what I mean. Against any other side, yes, but not against Real Madrid or the Barcelonas or Bayern Munich. It was a fantastic result. I don't know. We never won a Bernabeu. I don't think we've won that many in Spain, to be honest with you. I'm going to pause the video here and continue this speak.